Okay, let's go to Big Hammer Man. Okay. Revenant, Herald.
Big Hammer.
Reduce the energy cost of this skill from 3 to 2 in PV and Wolf Sword. Yeah, this was overcosted. Maybe this is actually worth maintaining right now, like the Shiro one, maybe for like the lifesteal. And you can also do 10% damage reduction on the entire group with Heal Herald, which might be good. In World vs. World, this is honestly not that necessary. But certainly for roaming it was. Like, 3 was overcosted. Like, these abilities actually kind of suck. Like, everyone was expecting these facets to be really good. Turns out they weren't that good. So yeah, that's slightly undervalued. I mean, now you'll probably maintain... I can kind of see you maintaining this in PvE at some point as well. Say if you're running a Shiro build, I can kind of see you maintaining this so everyone gets lifesteal, especially if you have the 10 target meme. You don't take this, right? But if you did, this would be pretty cool, right? You could give 10 target lifesteal. I would run this just for meme purposes. Honestly, this might even be good, actually. Nah, no. 13% DPS increase. No fucking way. No way. But I wish this was good. Okay, so they did nerf Rev a bit. This trait was really OP. We need to just dash the PvP for this real quick. It's just in PvP. Let's just dash the PvP then. So, but previously, Rev got free 25 might within sense response. Not anymore! Okay? Not anymore, bitch! It's only 2 stacks now. Massive nerf to Rev. Huge nerf. But wait, guys. Don't give up on Rev yet, because there's some other changes that are going to make you like, slightly facepalm a bit, I guess. Well, you'll see. You'll see soon, boys. You can probably still stack a lot of might with this. A lot of might with shared empowerment. Maybe it pushes you towards... maybe like this pushes you towards strength runes or something like that to like really like pump out the boon duration. Or maybe, I mean, just leadership is still really good as well, right? But yeah, you're going to have to be a little bit more smart with this. You're going to have to be careful with your boons. You can still stack a lot of might. You'll probably get up to still a very high amount, especially with Sword 3 and stuff like that. So this is still good. This is still very good. Like, Rev is not dead. Shared Empowerment is going to stack might on you. Like, all this stuff is going to be pretty strong, right? So yeah, this trait had it coming. This is really OP trait. Targeted Destruction. So they buff power of a teeny tiny bit with this trait because this... Wait, where targeted destruction. Deal damage increased damage to targets with vulnerability. So 7% up to 10% in PvE. So like a tiny little DPS increase for Revs in PvE. Honestly, they should make it 15%. Power Revs still kind of crappy. And also the tooltip is bugged. It says nothing in PvE, which is weird. Anyway, so Might grants you more power and less condition damage. Notoriety. This is Nefarious Momentum. They basically buffed this skill. Gain might when using a legendary stance skill. Gain more might when using a legendary assassin skill. I believe this is... Yeah, this is the same as the Necro thing. So now might gives you more power. So overall, guys... I don't know, dude. I feel like this ends up as like a buff for Rev. Like, because now if you have 25 might, you have even more damage. This is now a massive trait for World versus World as well. I think you probably give up Assassin's Presence for that. Wow, do you though? Wow. If you have Devastation, of course. Oh man. Whew. This is actually a close one. I mean, 150 Ferocity is good on your team, right? Like to buff your Necros for even more damage. But this is really good. This is really fucking good, dude. Like for a start, this will help you stack up your might with notoriety. You can easily stack up your 25 might, right? But like getting all this extra power, oh my god, it's spicy, dude. So now might gives you 40 power instead of 30. So you get an extra 250 power over... I guess Assassin's Presence is better overall on the team, but this is definitely better personally. So like, this is gonna be really good in PvP. You're gonna just destroy people. Like I love how they've slightly power crept Rev. I think like this probably ends up as like power creepy memes. Power creepy. Oh, and finally, Vicious Lacerations. You now use this in World vs. World as well. Finally, there's a good trait in Devastation Minor. So this just gives you like a flat DPS modifier when using a hammer now. So yeah, they've power crept hammer Rev probably. This is nasty, dude. Oh my, yeah, the team player will go for Assassin's Presence. Like honestly, in World vs. World, I would probably run like something like this or this, right? Because Ferocity is really good, and especially on like a well spike, so you get big crit. Okay, then you have this for another modifier as well, so you get another 3. You get 9% damage on this, which is it used to be 10%, right? Because it's 2% per stack, and now it's only 3 stacks. So, but you have 9% extra damage on Hammer Rev, say, and it's slightly worse in PvP, I guess. You always crit, right? You're always going to crit all over the place. So yeah, this is beefy, dude. That's what happened to Herald. Now let's talk about the real change, guys. Like the real spicy change that is going to save Renegade in World versus World, and really insane in PvP as well. PvE, sorry. A little tired here, guys. So, Righteous Rebel. This trait is crazy. Okay? The condition damage reduction has been reworked. Rather than granting 33% reduction at maximum stacks, it now grants 7% reduction per stack. How many stacks do we get? We can get 5 stacks. This is actually basically a strict buff. You're always, because basically before it was you need 5 stacks and you get 33%. Now it's 7% per stack for 5 stacks, I think. Yeah, for 5 stacks, so that's 35% condition damage reduction. But it's also scaling, so it's basically always better. But, oh my god, this is insane. Like, when ArenaNet said this was a minor balance patch, Gale Great was trolling us, dude, okay? This trait is very good now. It will now give 10 target alacrity with a big radius. Not only is this, I think, pretty damn strong in World versus World, this just opens up a whole new world in PvE, right? Now, suddenly, you can have a Renegade. Well, for a start, you can have Firebrand, Renegade, Chrono. And that will actually work? Wait, but then, oh god, this is bizarre actually. Oh, it's so weird. You can do some really weird stuff. You can have you can have Chrono, Firebrand, Renegade, or something like that, and that will actually work. You'll be able to do permanent quickness and alacrity with that for sure. Yeah, because the Chrono can do quickness to their subgroup and some alacrity to their subgroup, but also it's permanent as well. Could you get away with Firebrand, 1 Renegade? I don't think you can do permanent with this. That's the problem. You need some alacrity in the other subgroup as well. Yeah, it's 1.5 seconds. So in other words, with 100% duration, that's 3 seconds times 6, 18 seconds. With alacrity, though, the cooldown is lower. Oh my god, what the fuck? So yeah, this is actually permanent alacrity on 10 people. Because that's a 16-second cooldown with 18 seconds of alacrity. When you have to split, it sucks ass? Yeah, it does suck ass. Then you have no alacrity on one team. That's where you got to break out the Chronos, though, right? Then it sucks major ass. But when you don't split, it doesn't suck ass. So you could actually run Renegade Fire... Guys, that actually might be very good, by the way. If you can actually stack, that's probably higher DPS than Chronos. Because you can run 1 Renegade... Okay, that also buffs the group. Guys, bear in mind, Kala is a fairly significant DPS increase with Soul Clear Summit. You also have Assassin's Presence with Ferocity as well. Okay? You don't want to underestimate this. It's a very glass comp, though. You'll have no boons. Okay? You will have no boons. Maybe you run a Soul Beast to have Frost Spirit as well. So Firebrand, Renegade. Oh my god. Oh. Protection from the cats, but then you don't get it in the other subgroups. So shit. It's trash. With the Soul Beast, I was like, maybe... Yes, dude, you can do 1 Renegade as the healer with this. And you're not reliant on spamming your heals for alacrity either, so you can actually focus on healing. Do you even run Ventari? Ventari is trash. Can we not run it? No, we have to run it. That's fine. Okay, so you would run something like... Wow, could we dodge Salvation? Because Salvation is such a horrible trait line. Now, you probably have to run this shit still. If you're stacked all the time, you'll easily have this 100%. Yeah. But anyway, so this is crazy, actually. You can 100% upkeep. As long as you stack within this radius, you can 100% upkeep... 100% upkeep alacrity with just Renegade on your entire group pressing 1 button. So this is really a meme. Okay? And now you don't even have to play 2 Renegades. You can play 2 DPS hybrid Firebrands, 1 Renegade, and stack another DPS class, right? So this means you can run Firebrand, Renegade, Soul Beast for spirits, maybe. Okay. Warrior, 5 DPS. On Mercer Overseer, I can see that being best in slot. Right? That will be a lot of damage. A lot of damage, actually. Right? That's a lot of damage! Tons of damage. Who tanks Renegade or Firebrand? I think Renegade is actually a better tank because you have a block that means you don't... It's an infinity block, and you don't have to stop moving, right? You know what I mean? So this is really interesting. They've added a new way you can play. Chrono removed. Incorrect. You could play Chronos as well. What block? Stuff. This is a... Honestly, I mean, obviously, people might... Oh, alacrity. This is good in World vs. World, guys. I would expect to see some play from Renegade in World vs. World just because how good this is. If you have Renegades in each group, 10 target alacritying everyone, you're going to have incredibly high... Combined with 10 target SOI as well. I can see, like, Malix, Jalis, Renegade. I already thought it was pretty good before the patch, but now I think Face Rollway is buffed. Lufty, okay? Pogway, okay? Because for a start, Hammer is better now as well. Like, Devastation is just a bit better with Vicious Lacerations. This is just good. It's just good. Okay? I can definitely see this seeing some play in World vs. World. Just not with this though, like something like this. So you give the resistance, okay? You share out the resistance. Yeah, and Malix is also pretty good because in World vs. World it actually gives you 15% extra stats. Like you can toggle on Malix and use like a coalescence and some like you press your hammer abilities and just do massive damage, right? It's very good. Good changes, I like it. Yeah, it's spicy, guys. Okay, Thief. This skill is no longer split between PvP and World vs. World. Now uses the lower 8% value in all gamers. They know like screw you, Dagger Pistol Thief, and Wild Strike as well. Oh no! So they nerfed it. Oh. Dagger Storm, you don't get stability, but wait, it gives like perma evade anyway, so I'm not really sure about that. Skirmisher Shot, the aftercast of the skill has been increased slightly. Okay, sure. Double Tap. The initiative cost of the skill has been increased from 4 to 6 in PvP and Wolves. Ooh! Wow, rip those dead eyes, boys. Okay, ouchie. This doesn't really address like the one-shot build. You can get like 20k backstabs and one-shot people, but damn, you're not going to be sniping people anymore. Like Valen's going to be sad, dude. Okay, think about it. Valen, I will no longer look across to Valen. He'll be kneeling down, preparing to snipe someone. Okay, this is pretty harsh nerf actually. Like 50% initiative increases. Ouch, ouch.
Good.
But yeah, this build is really anti-fun, right? Deadeye with rifle, like the perma stealth, like dodge meme, it's such an anti-fun build. It's very uninteractive, and now it's gone. Although I don't know, I've never really worried. I've never. It's not gone, but I've never really had a problem with Deadeyes. In fact, this is very embarrassing, of course. But even when I play Necro, I usually beat Deadeyes 1v1 in World vs. World on my Necro. It's still going to be kind of annoying. As chat is saying, they didn't address the aids, which is like the constant unstealth, removing revealed, like the mass mobility of the build. Look at Valen. If you watch Valen play Deadeye, he like goes across the entire fucking map in 2 seconds. It's just, ugh. Sundering Shade. This trait now gives the thief 6 seconds of fury upon successful stealth attacks. Well, that seems a bit weird.
That's nothing.
That's kind of a big nothing. Throw of the Crime is free as fuck. You give extra 2 might stacks on that. This basically means it's like a better pack rune now. Feels good, man. I mean that's good, I guess. I mean it's a slight buff to Throw the Crime for trickery. I mean it's just better. Invigorating Precision. The healing based on critical damage is reduced from 15% to 10%. The healing percentage of this trait is now increased by an extra additional 10% while the thief is under the effects of Fury. So this is actually a buff then. Like this is you'll have Fury a lot of the time when you play Thief in all game modes. I suppose this is also a big thing in like solo PvE, I guess. Like you have infinite heal, right? Literally infinite healing. Okay, but there you go. I mean, it's kind of an interesting meme, I guess. It's a cool meme. It's a nice bean. That trait was OP in Ara Path 2. Well, now it's even better. There you go. Now it's even better because it's 20% now. Okay, so there's Thief, guys. They nerfed the AIDS Deadeye, but they kind of missed the mark. They kind of like they aim for the head, but they kind of hit the nose, you know, and they shot the nose off or something. You know, it's not I mean, having no nose is bad. I would not like it if I had no nose. However, it's not the end of the world. Okay, you can survive without a nose. Let's continue on to Warrior, and we're starting from the bottom because Big L says so. Riposte. The physical damage of the skill has been increased by 100%. Time to complete its attack animation and aftercast has been reduced by 0.25. So this is the, but this is our little fun meme block on Warrior. I mean, Sword Offhand is one of like the weapons that just never gets used. Really, it used to actually. It used to, but it doesn't anymore. And this is mostly a Condi meme, right? Like, that's the thing, right? It was always did a lot of bleeding. Like the bleeding. Look at that bleed. Oh, look at that bleeding, boys. But anyway, I guess it's not really that big actually. For some reason, I thought this did way more damage than it does. Actually, it sucks. It does, yeah. But I mean, I guess they've purity of purposed it, boys. Okay, now it's more hybrid. Sword is all about being hybrid, okay? And now it's a little bit more hybrid. Feels good, man. I guess. There you go. It still doesn't really do that much damage. Like, I guess it will be something though. Like maybe it's good enough to make sword offhand good. But what are we dealing with here, guys? Okay, with Rip and Impale. So Rip does 15% more damage now. So it's fairly significant DPS. Okay, but the star of the show is the next one, guys. Impale. Projectile velocity up by 66%. You impale them with the sword. You rip the sword out, okay? And this means that Impale is going to be a lot easier to hit, right? Because if high projectile speed, harder to dodge, right? And you throw it in there, you rip the sword out, just like, Argh! We're seeing big damage, guys. Okay, we're seeing some big damage here. Thing is, though, guys, let me tell you about Shield in Warrior. It's one of the most obnoxious weapons. It's really good. You're probably still gonna want Shield, guys. It's 2-second stun, 3-second block, short cooldown, gives you might as well when you block. You're probably still gonna play Shield. Shield's really good on Warrior. So it's not gonna cut it. I mean, maybe if they buff this even more, you could get away with like parrying all the time with the riposte. Like you just whack them with it, but maybe some kind of hybrid build. I don't know. I don't really see it. Go ask Sigurdil, he'll know. I doubt it, though. Okay, Mending. Mending is a physical skill now. Finally, it was uncategorized for ages. You know what? Is this good, by the way? Is this good now? 12-second cooldown. This is so...
Yeah, like a 1-second heal custom isn't okay in this meta.
It's so fun. The cooldown is 12 seconds. Oh my god. I mean, it's not, it's not healing. It's no healing signet, right? But this is still funny to me. So, Smoldering Arrow. This is a really weird change, actually. This is unusual. This skill now uses the ammunition system. Maximum ammo is set to 3 with a recharge time of 20 seconds per charge. Time between uses has been set to 0.5 seconds. Now, what? I don't know what the point of this is, because, well, as I understand it, this is good in PvE. If you use it through a fire field, it's worse. It's worth. Sorry, am I correct there, Nike?
Or a confusion field.
Or a confusion field. Okay, so it is good to use this. I'm gonna need to shrink my Chrome window down.
Yeah. So basically, when you can't finish a full auto, now you can just use Smoldering Arrow in between.
Okay. Really, what this has done is it's made it so that the try-hard warrior rotation on the golem is going to be much harder and much less realistic to what you'll actually do in a raid.
Basically.
Yeah. I guess they're trying to make it, or maybe well, is it also potentially targeted at like PvP? Like Condi Berserker is back, boys. Well, no, it's not, but yeah, they're just like you can blind people like every half a second, right? You can shut down their assault with these blinds.
I guess if they made Berserker decent, it would be good, because a lower cooldown blind would be nice.
Yeah, something like, you can shut them down with the blinds.
But like, because of the amount of random projectile deflects and stuff, like it probably won't ever be good in PvP.
No, it's not until some fairly significant changes happen. And of course, yeah, and having more blind is always nice. Like, it has some utility in all game modes, right? Like, PvE is obviously where you're going to see this used. You can blind various ads, right, if you need to try and shut them down a little bit. Because you can hit 5 targets with it as well, right? It's an AoE thingy. So that's something. You can get value out of that.
Yeah, you can, like, use done 0 ads, so they 0 acts do nothing.
Well, then they then get Fury as well. Feels good.
Yeah, well, assuming they are on...
Yeah, they get pulled in.
Shots, but I mean, like, using a Donzera herself and they think the cap hits it.
And then they buff Fan of Fire. So this is quite a significant buff as well, actually, right? It's burning duration up from 3 seconds to 5 seconds, right? So that's nearly 100%, right? That's pretty good. That's a 66% increase on burning duration. And this is also a good ability, right? It's a short cooldown. pretty high damage ability. So Condi Warrior is just buffed, right? In general, like it's just a little bit better. So I mean that's good, I guess. I guess that I don't know. I think honestly, to be honest, guys, like Condi Warrior is in a pretty okay spot already, right? It was pretty acceptable spot. It didn't because it has banners which are insane, right? But now it's just even better. It's even better, guys. I don't know how much of a DPS increase this is going to be, but
it's like a couple hundred.
Yeah,
not
so a smidge. It's a little smidge of DPS. And then, let's see, Backbreaker. This is cool. I like this flavor, actually. I believe this is actually in reference to Guild Wars 1. There is a skill Backbreaker actually functions like this. There's a skill in Guild Wars 1 that functions like this. If you knock a foe down who's weakened, right, say from Fierce Blow, right, yeah, something like that, you will knock them down for 4 seconds. But anyway, there you go. Backbreaker is a big boy. In addition to its previous, the skill now deals increased damage when striking a controlled foe. Control effects include stun, days not done. Oh, this is interesting, actually. There's some weird synergy. Ooh. Wow. Okay. So this is a pretty big buff in a lot of gamers, actually, in World vs. World in particular, right? So if you CC them with a staggering blow or an earth shaker or something like that, and then insta fierce blow them, you get a what is that? It's like 25% extra damage, I think. That's big damage, man. That's actually pretty big damage. You get some good DPS, there, dude. And also, some warriors were running hammer and PvP, actually, as well, right? So maybe this tips it over the edge. So this is potentially strong, right? I mean, if you can land Backbreaker, you'll ruin someone if they don't have a stun break. 4-second knockdown is death in PvP, right? And honestly, in World vs. World, if you can connect this on someone in World vs. World, they're also screwed. You won't survive a 4-second knockdown in World vs. World unless you have a stun break. So it's just not going to happen. It's like really nice buffs here, actually, and cool design as well. Actually, you got to give ArenaNet credit. Some of these changes have nice design. I like the design on the Renegade changes. I like the design on the Chrono changes and the Warrior changes. Heal Scourge they fixed, feels good, man. I like this stuff. I like it. NG is good. I wish they'd done more to Ellie. I think Heal Ellie still needs more. It still needs more, I think. But I think that's all the changes. We've actually got through all the changes. What happened to the map? Did they buff it a bit? Did they buff the map? Give more rewards? But anyway, I don't care about that. All I care about is the fact that the balanced patch is huge. I love it. It's big. It's actually going to massively shake up the meta, I think. In PvE for sure. I expect some changes in World vs. World, I think. Some changes in World vs. World. And PvP, I think we'll see some minor changes as well. So, overall, great patch. I hope they didn't think this would change nothing, by the way, because that really scares me about ArenaNet if they actually thought this would change nothing. These are massive sweeping changes, boys, okay? This is big stuff, okay?